Have you heard if Philip's going to be fit yet? The physio's going to call. Biggest games of the club's history and I'm waiting on a friggin' call. Hello? Yes, finally. What's the deal? Do we have a fit Philip? Raring to go.
Jarune, za tebe mi dijete diše, tu je važno samo jedno, nogomet i ništa više. Jarune.
Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Jarun on The Impossible Dream. It is Season 3, Episode 8, and today is the biggest day in the club's history. Without a doubt, we could be champions today. We also have a cup semi-final. We could have 3 games, depending on how this first game goes. We basically, in the first game, need to better Hajuk's result, and then we've got the cup semi-final. Then we play Hajduk Split. So if we don't win the league in the first one, we're going to hopefully beat Hajduk and do enough there to win the title. But best case scenario, we are champions, and in a cup final, worst case scenario, the episode's like 45 minutes long, and we get knocked out of the cup and don't win the title. So let's hope that we get the job done. Now, Philip is back fit, which is huge. I thought we were going to be without him for the semi-final. And we also have paid out a bonus of 60 grand to Istra. That is because we have qualified now for the Europa League. So never mind the Conference League, we're guaranteed Europa League football. And today, of course, we could guarantee ourselves Champions League football as well. So let's not waste too much time here because it could be a long one. We've got one game to catch you up on. That was against Gorica. So let's go see how it went. We took the lead when Pajic whipped in a cross for Tommy G. Before Tommy G turned provider for Pranjic to make it 2-0. And a Rovers cross was turned in by Tommy G to make it 3-0. So no Philip, no problem in this one. Tommy G stepped up to the mark, 2 goals and an assist as well. Pranjic had a good game up front. And yeah, it was a very, very good performance all round. We played really, really well. So this is the league table coming into today. Now we are 15 points up with 6 games to go. We are playing at the same time as Hajduk Split in this one. So if we better their result today with 5 games to go, if we are 16 points or better, so if we win and they draw or we draw and they lose, then we'll be 16 points or more ahead with 5 games to go. Job done. If not, then we'll come back and play them and then we'll have to be 12 points ahead. You know, with 4 games to go, obviously. And Varazdin is who we face in the cup. That is a very winnable cup tie, isn't it? The whole cup is winnable, but we'll get to that in just a second. And if we just have a quick look at some of the league leaders here, Tommy G, joint top goal scorer right now as well. Pajic and Rovers both joint top for the average rating, and there's not much in them compared to everybody else there for assists as well. So we know we're a good team going forward. Even Todorovic is up there for clean sheets. That's how good this season is going. Never thought we'd be seeing that, did we? All right, let's go and have a look at this game against Osijek, who is the first team we're facing. And we're expecting a 4-2-3-1 out of them. And this is the team we're sending out. Now, first thing to say about this lineup is that it is not the strongest. We've got this game on Sunday. We've got the cup game midweek. Then we've got Hajduk the following weekend. So we've got 3 games in a week. I am favouring the cup game because there is no coming back from a loss there. And Hajduk we're going to play sort of what's the fittest team we have available. So to make sure we're protecting the team for the cup semi-final, this team is not our strongest, to be honest. So Todorovic goes in goal. Rakic, Kazina and Graf, the youngster, are the back 3. Mamic and Radjikovic are down the wings. Brigic, another of the youngsters, with Persa and Tregranic in midfield. Pranjic and Katuk. Let's go with that. He is the guy we loaned in from Dinamo, and we'll give him a chance here. It'll be probably his only game he plays for us in his loan spell, the way things are looking. So let's hope for his sake he makes the most of it. So there we go with the team sheets. Do we recognise any names there? No one springs to mind. You'll notice the bench is quite strong. That is because it's a lot of players that we're saving for the cup. Let's go out there and enjoy ourselves today. Graf is looking nervous. He's still looking nervous. That's not ideal. Who's on the bench? We can play as a defender. He'll be fine. I'm sure he'll be fine once he gets out there. So here we go. Potentially, we could be champions today. Now, of course, the good thing is if we win it today, Hajduk Split have to give us the standing ovation or the tunnel of joy, whatever it's called. I've got blank. What is it called? I can't think now. It'll come to me later. This is what happens when you're recording. If there wasn't the pressure of the camera, I'd know what I mean straight away. But when there's the pressure of that, guard of honor. That's the word I'm looking for. The tunnel of joy. Let's call it that. That sounds much funnier. Yeah, so I mean that would be nice, wouldn't it? But ultimately, we just want to try and get the title across the line. We've got some defending to do here, though. It's flicked away at the back post by Rakic. It's a ball back in. Brigic! Oh, and we can't clear it. And we are 1-0 down early on. And that is not what we needed. Now, of course, if we lose, then we can't win the title in this one, because even if Hajduk were to lose, then they'd still be 15 points behind with 5 games to go. Goal difference is very much in our favour, so it would be probably a realistic we're going to win the league. I wanted to do this, actually. They are expected to be a gegenpressing side, so I meant to do that before we started, but obviously forgot. Graf looking apprehensive and nervous. It's not ideal. I mean, we're doing okay in terms of possession. We're just not creating a great deal, are we? So let's try. Let's maybe try being a little bit more patient. If we've got the possession but not the shots, then okay, no pressure, boys, no pressure. Come on, why are we looking so anxious? When we've seen a second string side go out and beat Dinamo relatively comfortably. Posted over a free kick into towards the back post. Oh, it's hit the underside of the crossbar and has somehow stayed out. The momentum of the match has definitely shifted, though. It is all us right now. And that is over the top from Rakic. And that will be that. So we'll hopefully get them in at half-time. Just if we can just be the goal down, we'll tell them they've been unlucky. Because we have dominated possession. We haven't maybe created enough with that possession. But we need to try and lighten the mood a little bit, don't we? So let's get back out there. And we do have an instant highlight. Pranjic, that's not great. And yeah, well, I'm wondering if we go back to sort of our usual style of play and not so much worry about the fact that they're gegenpressing. And see if that works, as we've not picked up the man and we have fallen 2-0 down early in the second half. So we will just sort of go back to our more natural style. And we'll just see if we can salvage this. But as things are looking right now, this particular day is not going to be the day we win a first ever league title. And yeah, we just didn't pick up the runners here, did we? Graf maybe learning some lessons in his... if it's not his first start in the league, it's certainly one of his early career starts. He's not played too many times for us, especially from the beginning. Let's try a berating and see if that can fire us up. It can. There is a part of me that thinks we make changes, but there's also a part of me that thinks we went with this lineup for a reason. Big picture, this game isn't necessarily everything. Here we go now. We come forward. We're taking Persa off for Marjanovic. Persa's not had a great time, I think, since we signed Tolic and Nunez, and he sort of got a little bit upset that he was going to be replaced. He's not done much to convince me that he deserves to be in the team, to be honest, and we're in danger of getting picked apart again here, and that, oh, it's a little bit unlucky. But it's not happening today, is it? We've looked a little bit of a shambles, and for once, we've actually put out a second string side, and it's looked a second string side. It's not looked anywhere near good enough. Let's take Brigic off for Stankovic, who is a sort of established first team player, more or less. I was just, to be honest, just trying to give the youngster some game time, since he does have a lot of potential. And Rakic just won that back. Can we get ourselves a little ray of hope? Kutak, it's Rajikovic. Rajikovic with a ball in, and it's finished by Pranjic. He's 8th of the season, and maybe, just maybe, there is a little ray of hope here. It's 3-1 in the 59th minute. Still, there's enough time to get a point. I haven't seen anything come up from the other game. So I guess we assume, unless I've missed it, which is entirely possible, but unless we assume that that is still scoreless, a draw would put us right on the precipice of claiming the title. There's not been much happening since, unfortunately. Let's try a demand more. And yeah, well, it's not been our greatest performance, if we're honest, is it? Let's move somebody a little bit further forward. That would be Tregrenic. and then see if that helps at all. We've got to get 2 goals in 10 minutes. We've done it before, but you do suspect a little bit that with this particular day, we've not quite looked like it's going to happen, have we? But if we get one now, is there still time? Graf to Pranjic, Stankovic. It's a good ball forward. Trigoranic couldn't quite get on the end of it. Can we win that header? We get it back eventually. And here we go, Marjanovic. Good ball forward for Pranjic. If he's onside, it's very close. It's his 9th of the season if it is. And it would be 3-2 with a little bit of time to go. It's very, very close, and it's onside, and we might yet nick a point. And if Gorica can nick a goal, that would be enough to see us crowned champions. Nice ball in from Marjanovic. Pranjic, it's only just on, isn't it? Good finish. But if we get another look at it, let's try a demand more shout as well. But how close is it? Who's playing him on? Oh, it must be this guy. That guy's got his back leg up like he's a princess getting kissed at the end of a movie, and he's played us on. Can we get something in stoppage time? It doesn't look like we can, and that is that. We have lost 3-2, and yeah, we kind of grew into the game to a point, but at 3-0 down, it was never likely to happen. We'll say unlucky, I think, but there's a lot of anxious players there. It wasn't great. I think pressure got to them. So it was a draw. So a win on that particular day would have won us the title, but they've only pegged back a point, and so that is now a 14-point gap. And if we need 12 points, don't we, to be ahead of them? 12 points when we face them in the league. That means if we avoid defeat, we will be champions. So Osijek win Battle of Opus Arena. And yeah, there we go. It was a professional debut for the other striker, and may we never have to play him again. He didn't have a great one, did he? Pranjic did Pranjic things. And guys, we've got a cup final to make. I will see you momentarily to play it. Well, not the cup final, the semi-final. Alright, it is now time for you to vote on your Viewers Player of the Year. So thank you for everybody who nominated. We have 4 nominees who I think, honestly, if I was picking the 4, this is who I would have picked. So in alphabetical order, first up, it is Elias Phillott. 15 goals, 5 assists, and an average match rating of 7.33. Next up, it is Tommy G. What a season he's had. 19 goals, 4 assists, an average match rating of 7.28. Next up, it is Martin Pajic, the right back, of course. Stunning season again from him. 4 goals, 13 assists, an average match rating of 7.51. And the final man is probably up there with signing of the season. It is Marko Tolic. 13 goals, 9 assists, average match rating of 7.48. So as you probably know by now, there'll be a link down the top of the description, just below the video there. Click on that. It'll take you through to a straw poll. Vote on who you think has been our best player or your favourite player this season, and we'll announce the winner at our end of season awards, if not next episode, then the one after that. Okay, welcome back. Let's go and make a final. We're away to Varazdin. You can see how the final is Gorica and Lokomotiva. So like I said before, we'd have to be considered favourites to win this, and we've got to obviously get the job done on the field. Now, Varazdin, we're expecting a 4-2-3-1 out of them. And this is a team we're sending out. Now, one injury to point out to you is Rejikovic. That is a month-long injury. It's possibly season-ending. We're getting towards the end of the season now, obviously. But the team going out to make the first ever final for the team, I believe it would be Todorovic in goal. Then we've got Bekenic, Hartman, and Zebic. Pajic and Rovis go down the wings. Then we've got Dashka, Nunez, and Tolic. Phillott back, not particularly match sharp, but back. And Tommy G will be partnering him up front. Alright, so we can see the team sheets there. Now, one thing to point out, it is a shorter bench in the Cup than it is in the League, so we do have less subs to pick from, but it should be fine. Hopefully, you don't really need the subs. So let's go out there. Just enjoy playing with no pressure. Hopefully, that will work. It's a game that, even the bookies must think we're kind of right up there as favourites. Obviously, we know that we're a good team, but the game doesn't always calculate for the fact that we're runaway league leaders. But yeah, I think so far we've got away with that playing of the weaker team. Yes, it would have been great to actually wrap up the league, but the fact that Hajduk didn't actually win, they're still 14 points back. It's still a very, very good position for us to win eventually, and it's obviously, it's a hypothetical if now, but if they had won and we had lost, gets it back to 12 points, they beat us, it's 9 points, then the part of my brain that panics starts to think, uh-oh, are we going to go and throw this away? And I get relentlessly mocked on social media, but thankfully that has not looked like it's going to happen. Nunez over a free kick, oh, it was a good one too. And the goalkeeper makes the save. He'll go across now to take the corner. Can we find a Jarun head in there? We can't. It goes back there for Dashka. And that is that. Now, Dashka is one of a few players we have that doesn't enjoy big games. Now, they are the sorts of players that eventually we will start and phase out of the squad once we have the ability to sign, good players. But for now, Dashka is still one of our better players, so he has to play even if he is needing a change of underwear at half-time. As Pajic gets caught in possession, but Philip wins it back. All right, here we go with Tolik now. Crossfield ball for Nunez. He's got space. Can he find a finish now? He's got a ball across the front of the box, and Tommy G gets number 20 of the season and gives us the lead in the 35th minute of the semi-final. 1-0. Nunez, more brilliant play. Nunez and Tolik in midfield. They just run the show for us, don't they? There will come a time when we'll think back about these two, and I think we'll remember them very, very fondly, if I'm honest. They are just very good players for what we are right now. We'll give them some praise. And they've not really been in the game at all. Not a shot at goal, never mind on target. But as we can see in many times, it just takes 1 minute, doesn't it? And the sucker punch can be delivered. But we have gone 1-0 up at half-time. Don't get complacent out here. Let's keep going. And if we can get a second goal, we've shown in the past that we can put Varazdin away. And you wonder if maybe a second goal would put us in... Oh, and Todorovic is injured. So Zivkovic can come on. Now, we've been playing friendlies for money, but he's been playing in those friendlies. So he is relatively match sharp. But of course, not ideal to lose our first choice goalkeeper at this time of the season. Come on, boys. Come on. We've got some defending to do here, do we? Rovis on a booking. We don't need to be going down. And man, Rovis! Oh, he's just got away with it. And with Radjakovic injured, it would be Djokovic that would have to come on. And we're not really convinced by him. And it's 1-1. And it was probably never going to be easy to get into a final. But we're not particularly playing well either. And Cross comes in, and Zebic maybe has to be a little bit stronger there, doesn't he? He's got to get to that ball first. And he couldn't quite manage it. And now we've got a free kick to defend. All right, Philip's not having a good day, and he is coming back from that injury. We'll bring Pranjic on, who did have a good day last time we saw him. And it is suddenly very, very nervy, isn't it? Pajic, can he whip a cross in? No, he loses out. Pranjic is there. Pranjic get across to face a goal. It's there for Nunez to Tolik. Oh, we just had a split second then where we had Tommy G in front of goal, completely unmarked. But we keep the pressure on. Zebic. Zebic down there for Pajic. Back to Zebic. Tolik. Somebody's got to produce a moment of class here, don't they? There's a good ball for Pranjic. Turns his man. Pranjic is in. He scored off the post. He's 10th of the season. And we're back in front. And it was such a nice little turn there from Pranjic, wasn't it? Look at this. Just rolled his defender. And then the finish as well. Rolled it. Oh, that's brilliant. And in off the post. I thought it was going to come back out there, but he's done enough. And we are 2-1 up. Can we now hang on to this? I mean, he rolled his man, so he's obviously behind onside when the ball's played. Tommy G, on the other hand, was not. Good thing that didn't matter in the end. But we have 10 minutes to play this out. Now, we are playing a high line right now. I wonder if we just drop it back a little bit to try and nullify any thoughts they may have of a ball over the top. Tommy G, a little bit of a heavy touch. And here they come again. Zebic goes across. Can we win this ball back? Cross to the back post. It's a very good ball in. Oh, how was that missed? It was a cracking ball, wasn't it, to find him? And here we go now. Zivkovic starting play again. Nunez. Good ball to find Rovis if he can keep it in. It's a cracking pass. Can we get the cross in now, Rovis? He's got his man beaten. He floats it into the back post. It's punched away. And we come back the other way. This is way too open for the 90th minute of a semi-final. We should really be trying to close this out, boys. Cross comes in. Bekanic is there. Heads it away. Still, they come forward, though. And, oh, you could see it coming. Is there an offside flag to save us? There is not. Rovers is not having a good game, but I don't know there's too much we can do about it. Just defensively in general, Zebic aside, no one is playing over a 7. And Bekenic just got a toe on it, didn't he? But couldn't get enough of a deflection on it to keep it out. Was it close to offside? I was more hopeful. See, this guy's offside. Is he? It's a stretch to say he was interfering in play, I think, as we come straight back again. If there's going to be a winner in normal time, it's going to be in stoppage time. Oh, and we've given it away again. Nunez wins it back, though, for Rovers. There for Dashka. This is where we need calm heads, boys. Bekenic. Forward for Pranjic. For Tolic. Tolic for Tommy G! We got it straight back. Straight back in front we go. We'll tell him to focus. But Tommy G with a wonderful strike from the edge of the area. And it is 3-2 seconds after they drew level. Pranjic to Tolic. Tolic to Tommy G. First time. And wasn't right in the corner, but it was good enough. And we will now go and shut this mofo down. We do not want them coming back at us again. So let's go and do that. So as ever, we'll just put the wing-backs back to full-backs. Wide centre-backs are a thing of the past. And yeah, we'll get back out there. And hopefully, with a bit of time wasting on as well, see this out and get ourselves into a cup final. We're going to get there. Yes, we are. Well, that was a lot more tense than it needed to be. 3-2 in the end. I think we deserved it. We certainly dominated possession. But that second half was a lot more even than I was certainly hoping that it would be. But well done, boys. That's a big step towards the double. All right, so this injury to Todorovic, it's a broken hand, 4 to 5 weeks. It's another one of those that it's almost season ending, isn't it? Now, it's Lokomotiva in the final, and I can tell you, in the semi-final, it was a little bit of a bloodbath. 6-0 they beat Gorica, which is insane. So it's going to be us versus Lokomotiva for the trophy. And again, another team that we have a fairly decent record against. But that didn't help us that much against Varazdin, did it? Guys, for the second time, wait right there. We're going to come back. If we don't lose to Hajduk, we'll be champions. All right, welcome back. Istra and Varazdin, they wanted to watch this game. It could be historic. We need a point, and we will be champions. Against Hajduk, we are at home as well. We're expecting a 4-4-2 out of them. And let's have a look here. We are expecting, well, we've more or less got the first team that played in the cup, so that's good. So Zivkovic will have to come into goal, obviously. Then we've got Bekenic, Hartman, Zebic, Prejic, and Rovers down the wings. Dashka, Nunez, Tolic, Filet, and Gulji. Was very tempted to start Pranjic, in this one. He does, however, have a heavy match load, having played pretty much non-stop. So, yeah, we're not going to start him. He is there, obviously, if we were to happen to need him. All right, so the team sheets, it is the same Hajduk side we've come to know and love. Cruz is the one that tends to score against us, and La Vita Loca here as well. But yeah, let's see what we can do. Home form's important to us. I think we go out there and enjoy it today, guys, because we could be champions for the first time in the club's history. When we took over, I think they'd won a 3rd division title, so sort of to get promoted up into the second tier where we started. So this would be, truly historic. We've already won the first, the biggest trophy in their history with winning the 2nd division to get promoted. And of course, if we were to go and now be champions 2 seasons later, fair to say that this series is well ahead of schedule. I thought we'd be 5 or 6 seasons before we got to this point, but yeah, we've been able to take advantage of a poor Dynamo season. And Hajduk have been a bit hot and cold themselves, and as is always the case, it's always about consistency, isn't it? But I was thinking consistency would get us sort of 3rd. I just didn't quite think we were good enough to be here yet. And, well, we'll see if we can go and wrap things up here. You may have noticed Pranjic, we had promised him first team football. He's happy with that now, so he's happy to stay, or not upset anyway. The only other one we've got to impress now is Hartman. He is playing partly because of Rakic not really getting on with the other 2 defenders, and partly because of the promise. So if I can get him happy, offer him a bit of a longer term contract, maybe not as just as a squad player or something like that, then that would obviously be a good thing. We've got some defending to do here, and that is offside, is it? Looked maybe ever so slightly harsh. Zebic over the free kick. Dashka to Hartman. Tolic. And we go back to Zebic again. And that is not great. Are we exploiting the flanks? No, we're not. We might need to pass into space, I think. They're playing quite a high line, aren't they? So we might need to try and get ourselves in behind them in that manner. We are currently forcing them inside. I'm not completely sure the best way to go about defending them. As that's offside, I think. Isn't it, ref? VAR? Somebody? I thought it was offside. It doesn't look like it's going to get checked. So this is not going to plan. Was it not? Oh, Hartman's played him on. Well, that's not great, mate. I'll be honest with you. That was not the most composed defending I think we'll see. And let's give it a demand more and see if we can... yeah, I mean, what we don't need to be doing here is going 2-0 down, obviously, as Hartman has been done again, and he's looking a bit pressured, and I think, even if Rakic is not getting on particularly well with the other two, he can't be doing much worse than Hartman as the cross comes in. Hartman, can he win me back over before he's taken off? Not quite. Well, not yet, anyway. Dashka gets a good ball wide there for Tolik. Tolik back into the middle. It's raw! It's Pajic! Who else would it be? And he has been absolutely brilliant. It is 1-1. And as things stand, this would be enough to win us the title. And if that is the goal that wins it, it's not a bad one, is it? Tolik picks him out the back post and have some of that straight through Kalinic. And yeah, 1-1. Nice response to falling behind as well. Hartman is off. We will not praise them just yet. Although if they can get another goal here, we'll be praising them, that's for sure. Pajic gets a cross that's sort of deflected behind, but we pick it up again. Tolik tries on the turn and not quite able to do that. We'll go back to positive as well. We don't need to necessarily be bombing forward here, do we? But we do obviously want to try and get forward. I always think if you play for a draw, you lose, don't you? If you play for a draw and come up short, you lose. If you play for a win and come up short, you draw. So that's what we're doing. He's given everything. Rovers is tied, is he? I don't... Oh. Zivkovic with a huge save. There is a risk that we kind of just limp across the line here a little bit, isn't there? But we'll see. The Cup Final too, it's a two-legged affair, which kind of really ruins my plans for the end of this, how we're going to end this season, to be honest. But anyway, it's 1-1 at half-time. And we've just been the better team here. Keep doing what we're doing. I think... Do we keep going with that? No. All right, let's go with that. That's given them confidence. I wonder if the time for saying no pressure has passed and now it's a little bit of, all right, guys, come on. We can be champions here. Tommy G not having his greatest game. So is there an argument to say we take him off for Pranjic, who is in a rich vein of goal-scoring form? Dashka wins us back possession there. Tolik and Nunez combining. Nunez, can he slip in Rovers? He can. Can Rovers provide the cross now? He goes back for Nunez. Nunez wants to go down that left-hand side, doesn't he? Bekanic now for Dashka. Dashka for Tolik. Tolik for Tommy G. I don't know that he's onside. I don't know that he's onside. I'm going to mute the celebrations for a moment here because I'm 99% sure he's offside, and he is. Just went a fraction early, didn't he? And is that a sign that Tommy G is not quite on his game today? They all stepped up, and yeah, he was just not quite got his timing there, did he? We've got another highlight, though. Come on. Come on, boys. Come on. Fill it. No, can't quite win that back for us. Where does this highlight take us? It's so nervous, isn't it? Rakic wins it back. Nicely done, mate. Here we go on the break. Tommy G. Tommy G gets it wide for Pajic. Can Pajic whip in one of his trademark crosses? Can he beat his man? He goes short there for Fillet. Fillet across for Tolik. Tolik turns, shoots. Oh! We've seen Tolik score a lot of goals like that. On this occasion, though, couldn't... Oh, I tell you what. Goalkeeper put himself under big pressure. Tommy G's hit the crossbar. I don't know if it's not Tommy G's day or if we... If he actually is having a decent day and just not quite getting the luck. He's only playing a 6-3 though. Nunez wins that back for us. Bekanic on the ball. Roberts is in a bit of space. We go the other side though for Zebic. Zebic gets it forward. Fill it to Dashka. Oh, it was Tolik. Sorry, with the layoff. But it doesn't matter. It's given away. Tolik wins it back though. Come on, boys. Come on. Let's get a goal. Let's go in front. That gives us quite a bit of breathing room then because we only need to draw. Rovis Can he whip a cross in? In this case, he floats it in towards Philip. It's headed away. Dashka should pick that up, though. It's back for Rovis. Rovis, he gets into the penalty area. It's tackled away. He's got a bit of space, though, now. He waits for the man to close him down. It's in for Philip. It's in for Perez! He's got a double! And we are 2-1 up. And as things stand, champions of Croatia. We need to not concede 2 goals in 25 minutes plus stoppages, and we will be champions. Rovis with another cross in to Pajic. Pajic took his time, and not quite the goal of his first one, but it doesn't matter. It's still a thing of beauty, isn't it? And we will praise them now because we are looking very, very strong to go on and win this title now. Golgi not having his day, so let's get Pranjic on for him. And then we are 10 minutes away. Let's praise them. We're 10 minutes away. We're 5 minutes away. This would wrap it up. This would wrap it up. Ball to the back post. It's headed away. Rovis is there. Rovis can put his foot through one. Hits the post, I think, or was it the goalkeeper? Rovis chips one in. It's Pajic on a hat-trick now, of course, as well. And we go again in the 90th minute. Another goal now that seals it. Ball in. It's headed away. Nunez. No, Dashka will get there. To Nunez. To Rovis. Oh, choking up with emotion. Rovis. On the chest, nicely brought down. Can he whip the cross in now? Look at the players forward. It's Tolik. It's headed away again. Are they going to come up the other end and make sure we have the nervous of nervous finishers? Dashka's tracking him. Dashka, can he stop the cross? He can't. It's a ball to the back post. It's in front of goal. Is it offside? I don't know that it is. We're appealing for it, but I don't know that it is. Give it to us, VAR. Come on. Come on. It is disallowed, and surely that will be that. Should we go and close down the game? There's an argument to say we should, isn't there? It's just the title on the line. Yeah, he's massively offside. So that is maybe a little bit of luck. We've gone... Have I closed it? Oh, let's live dangerously. Let's go for a third. Let's Terry Venables this one. And there it is. We're going to win the title in our 3rd season. Well done to Jarun. What an achievement. Champions League football in Season 4. From a team that, when we took over, had never played outside the 2nd tier. And even then, I think it only just got promoted up to that level. We're a village team in the outskirts of Zagreb. And we will be representing Croatia in the Champions League, having absolutely dominated the title. And capping it off with a win against Hajduk Split as well in a top-of-the-table clash. Well done to us. What a superb performance. I'm absolutely stoked with that. Huge. So maybe not the most convincing performance, but it didn't have to be, did it? We just had to get the job done. So there we go, 74 points. We have absolutely just whipped the rest of the league. And yeah, well, on we go now, bigger and better things. So Jarun win Super Sport HNL, and well, there we go. What a time to be alive. Qualified for the Champions League. The initial budgets, 36 grand a week, 235 grand to spend. That is ridiculous money for us. It just doesn't take anything, does it? You sneeze in the right direction. You're in the Australian Manager Hall of Fame. The fans are ecstatic, as they should be. 50-1 priest. I think we were a little bit higher than that, actually, to win the title, if I'm honest. But the board's ecstatic, as they should be. And yeah, there we go. Pajic drives us forward. I mean, he has been just unbelievably good, hasn't he? For a right back this season, he has run the show so many times. And, well, there we go, guys. That is that. We are champions of Croatia. We will be in the Champions League. We're going to have a little bit of money to spend in the summer. And there's no need to come back for any more league games. We will come back for, I guess, the 2-legged final. Now, it leaves me with a bit of a problem of where do we fit the end-of-season awards in. But you go and vote for your MVP, your Viewers Player of the Year, and I'll figure that out. And, yeah, I'll finish off the league season and come back for the first leg of the Cup. And we'll go from there. Take care.